Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in skirmish mode. Well, not me, but we have a couple of replays in skirmish mode, and this is kind of like a World of Dummies skirmish edition. That's what I'm going to put, but it's just skirmish in a nutshell, to be honest. Some of the damages, or some of the damage games that you see in skirmish mode is just like, how do you get so much damage in skirmish mode? Now, I know skirmish mode doesn't go towards your stats or in any way affect your stats. It's still a place that people can go to learn other positions, because obviously it's only half a map. Learn new positions, learn your tank while it's only a 5 versus 5, and just get better at the game. But all the replays that I've watched, I'm just not seeing that. I'm just seeing people go in there and farm massive amount of damage. Or I'm watching a replay like something like this, and there's just people raging. It's like, come on guys, like, why rage in a mode like this? It doesn't go towards your stats in any way. If you want to play it to have a little bit of fun, then go play it. If you die, just go and join another game. But the thing with these kind of modes, especially something like skirmish mode, well, any of these modes, they're not used how they are supposed to be used. When Wargaming bought this mode out, they wanted people to try new positions. They wanted people to get better at the game, to learn the game when it's a 5 versus 5. But it's not used for that. It is literally used to farm credits. It's used to farm free XP or XP in a tank. It's used to play stock tanks so you don't have to play on the main server. That is what these modes are mainly getting used for now, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. There are a couple of modes out there like Mad Games, like Gravity mode, that are actually fun. You can have fun whilst doing all the things that I've stated. Where things like skirmish, for me, I just don't find it fun. 5 versus 5, and most of the time no one has a freaking clue. This game, not so bad. We're watching the Chimera, and there is a T49 that just sort of rages a little bit. I know I think he said something at the beginning, and it's just like, why are you raging? Why rage? Oh my god, says the T49. Like, he's sitting there saying, like, why are you not shooting HE at him? It's a T28. Like, why would you shoot HE at him in a tank like this? You're not going to do much damage to a front of a T28. And there we go again. Like, you're a noob. You're a noob. And he's going to say, like, the Chimera, like, that they're having a little chat in there, like, who you on about? The Chimera. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, he manages to take the T28 out, and this is a tier 8 game and tier 7. Well, yeah, tier 8, tier 7 game. So this is kind of what a good game should be. The damage is what a good game should be. No one should be doing a massive amount of damage. It is 5 players. It's 5 players. So no one should be doing a massive amount of damage. Now, he's done 3k damage, which is fine. He's done his job. Nothing too over the top. And there's just this IS-6 to deal with, which there is 2 versus this IS-6, and they are going to take him out. So the IS-6 is now a one-shot. Hopefully he can take him out with his once he has reloaded, if he gets a high roll, and he does just that. So 4 kills. He done a good job, 4k damage, but nothing special. It was nothing special. He earns the credits, nearly 50k credits, so he did his job. Now, next up, we're going to watch 2 other games in skirmish mode, and they're both in the Death Star. So I know they're going to be a big amount of damage. Now, this game is funny. Straight up, he's going to take out the Foch there, 1200 damage. Then he's going to get very unlucky and very troll against the WZ-113 there. Now, the WZ-113 is funny because he gets shot so many times, but he still sits in the same freaking position. Like, there's one HE shot. Unfortunately, it was a fail on this guy's behalf. But you'd think, okay, if you're the 113, you'd think, right, okay, I've been shot. Maybe, just maybe, I need to freaking move and not be in that position. But no, he is in the exact same position. But unluckily for our Death Star guy, he does only get the sort of 600 damage. He's not getting the high rolls that he wants. So again, after being shot twice, you would then think, right, okay, I've definitely got to move. Yeah, he doesn't do that. He's still there. So that was, I think that was a miss there on from our Death Star, which again is a lucky guy. The WZ is a lucky guy. That's 3 shots, 2 of them pen, but I mean about 1,000 damage sort of or so for both shots, when he could be doing that per shot. So at the minute it is a 4 versus 4, and still the WZ remains in the same place. Our Death Star is still going to try using the HE. He still wants to get his damage down, and there goes the mouse on his team. So now it is a 2 versus 4. This should never be anywhere close to a win. I mean, I know the Death Star does big damage. He's going to try again. Can he hit him finally? No, he can't. Very troll. But the point is, the WZ is still in the same freaking position. Like, dude, it is skirmish mode. It's used to find different positions. It's used to go, I mean, just go help your team. Like, go learn how to play. Now, that was a lovely shot there on that Skoda. It's now a 1 versus 3. Being rushed by a T-22, a Skoda, and a WZ-113 whilst you're in a Death Star, it is not looking good for him. There's only really one thing he can do to change this outcome, and that is that. A full hit point ammo rack on the T-22. That was unfortunate for the T-22. And finally, here comes the Skoda, and here comes the WZ-113. So he's going to ignore the WZ-113 and go for the Skoda, which is probably the best choice, because the Skoda is a medium tank, of course. And now that the WZ is there, the WZ is it's a quick tank, but the traverse is so slow. I am doing a video on the WZ-113. So far, a 5 versus 5 game. He is already on 6k damage. Now, that should be enough. For 5 versus 5. For 7 versus 7, 6k is a pretty good game. It's a pretty solid game. Even in the Death Star, in any tank, a 6k game is a good game. But when it's a 5 versus 5, and he's now going to take out this WZ-113 and end with 7k damage, that shit shouldn't happen in skirmish mode. And that is literally skirmish mode in a nutshell. This is why I don't play it. I get bored of these games, especially things like realistic mode, skirmish. I only really like things like gravity mode, because that is fun with the thrusters where, you know, that fucking put you up in the air. That was fun. That was really fun. Whereas these kind of games are just not fun. Now we're going to watch one more game in the Death Star, and again, it's damage that shouldn't happen. And we're watching Cromie from Pramo clan. So when it's a guy from Pramo, you already know that it's going to be a very solid game. So, and all he has to do is sit here. All he has to do is sit at the back of the map, and they are just literally going to give him the damage. Now, it's more, I know he does the damage, but this game is more his team. Like, no one's doing anything. No one's pushing. No one's... What is the point playing? Like, if you're just going to sit there, do nothing, why are you playing this mode? I just don't get it. In tier 10 especially, like, I can understand people playing this game or this mode in tier 6, 7, 8. At least you can play premium tanks. At least you can grind free XP or XP modules or whatever for your tank. But what is the point playing this mode in tier 10 when you're just going to sit there and do nothing at all? Literally, his team does nothing. He's now on, Cromie is on 2.3k damage. He's got a Death Star there on the other side of the map, so they're both camping. They're both Death Stars. So that's what they are there for. So there goes one team, or one member of the red team. So it is now a 5 versus 4, but his team are still not. I know one of them got the kill, but you can see they're all losing hit points. None of them are really doing any damage, and that is where Crommy comes into it. So the VK is up there. We have the Badger there. We know that the AMX-50B is there in front, and we also know that the Death Star is in the camping position. So he's going to try and get the shot off on the Death Star. He's going to load up the HE. Can he get the pen? Of course he can. A bit of ammo rack damage and almost 1300 hit points. So now that is 3.6k damage, and that was close, he said, to the Death Star, who missed the shot. So there goes the mouse, and it is now a 3 versus 5. So he's going to get the side of this Badger. Is he going to get the shot off? Oh, that was very close. Couldn't quite get the shot off. There goes the T22 medium, and the Badger now does give him his side. So yeah, thank you very much, Badger, for showing your side. And that was a nice HE. So already 5k damage. You know, 5 versus 5, as I said in the last game, that's enough. You don't need to do no more when it is a 5 versus 5. But no, Crommy is not going to listen. He gets that shot there on the Death Star to bring his damage now. I think it's around 5.5k damage, and it is just him and the IS-4 against these two tanks. So this is where Crommy is going to he's going to tell the guy to back up, let them come to him, but instead he doesn't listen. So he's now going to have to be the one to move. Now this would be perfect if the VK goes towards the IS-4, because he's going to just load up the HE, and he's going to get a nice juicy shot into the side. And actually that was AP, so almost 1200 damage. It was a max roll, but that was a nice bit of damage there done to the VK. So he's going to ignore the VK for now, and he's going to go for the more dangerous target, and that is the AMX-50B, because the AMX-50B can have, it's got the auto loader, it's a quicker tank, so taking care of him is probably much better than taking care of the VK. So he misses his shot, so Crommy does manage to take him out for his 3rd kill, and he's now on around 7.5k damage. 7.5k damage, and it's not over yet. The VK is going to take care of the IS-4, which means he is on a big reload, so Crommy can just come around this corner, aim up, and take care of him for his 4th kill. And as I said, this is just skirmish mode in a nutshell. Managing to do 8,000 damage in a 5 versus 5 is absolutely insane, and that's why I just don't play this mode. But if you want to grind, your tank, earn a bit of credits, then of course play the mode, but at least try. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon.
With